Hey guys,
Hey,
good evening everybody. Thank you for tuning in. This is like a surprise.
surprise!
Surprise, no warning, Q&A. So let me welcome my guest, which is Dean, who is also IT recruiter, job search coach, as well my partner in crime for delivering the IT bootcamp program. For it's called Bootcamp Land Your Dream IT Job, which Dean and I actually launched in a collaboration. Our second batch is starting this Friday. So we are very happy to announce that we have opened up a second batch to the IT one just because the job market for IT is super hot, 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 hot.
Yep.
And we wanted to take the opportunity for the market and not wait until September to open up the next batch. So we decided to open another batch in August. So here's your opportunity. So this segment isn't just for IT people, FYI, because anytime I say IT, then I get messages, well, like it seems like you're only into IT. No, I help every career professional. Also have a batch that's starting for non-IT people. My bootcamp batch is starting August 22nd. So both of the batches are starting actually a day apart. One's IT one starting Friday, the non-IT one is starting Saturday, and we only work with 10 individuals. So the spots are filling up very, very quickly. So only two more spots left in both of the programs. First come, first grab. But moving on with the segment, we're here to answer any questions that you may have. So myself, I am an HR expert in the field for 14 plus years. I've worked in the corporate world before I went full time into starting my own HR consulting business, as well as career coaching, job search coaching, which I've been doing since the beginning of my HR career, 14 plus years. And last year, I designed and launched a bootcamp program to help people land jobs in 30 days. And COVID happened, so we strategized, and now it's called Land Your Dream Job. And Land Your Dream Job is just called Land Your Dream Jobs. But I'm happy to announce that even during COVID, individuals were landing jobs within 45 days or within 60 days, and some obviously landed even some. I'm not saying it was luck, but some even landed within 30 days. Uh, Dean, I'll let Dean introduce himself. Dean, your intro.
Yeah, sure, absolutely, absolutely. So, hi everyone. My name is Dean. For those of you that might not know me, so I've been in IT recruitment for about 8 years, and strictly 100% on the staffing agency, recruitment agency side of the equation. And I have experience starting and building my own recruitment business, and more recently working for a variety of other staffing agencies as well. And agencies ranging from small size all the way to large size, and recruiting on IT positions, both technical as well as non-technical. And again, for organizations and clients ranging from startups, small size organizations, all the way up to large, multinational organizations. And the reason I mentioned this is in the bootcamp with Gurpreet, as well as just in my job search content in general. Everything that I talk about, everything I teach about in the bootcamp is based on real practical experience. Just like with Gurpreet, her being in HR for 14 years, myself in recruitment for 8 years. It's 100% folks based on a real world actual experience that we have had as individuals in this space. So I'm very happy and excited to team up with Gurpreet. And before, definitely agreeing to this collaboration, I personally went through and reviewed the curriculum to make sure that it made sense and resonated with what I advocate and believe job seekers need to be doing as well. So very excited to be collaborating with you, Gurpreet, and it's a great program so far. A lot of positive feedback. And really excited to start this next session as well to help all of you out there. And we're definitely excited to be here and answer all of your job search questions live as well.
Okay, so let's before we start taking questions, please take the time to introduce yourself. Let us know who you are, where you're tuning in from. If you joined my 5 p.m. one, then you kind of know what you should be doing. So if you didn't join the 5 p.m., so let me just, I know I see a lot of new people. So it is a classic mistake I see people making even on these live sessions. You're not introducing yourself. You're just telling us where you're tuning in, but it's not even about us. It's about all the people that are writing comments that you can actually become friends with this very moment. So
Yeah,
take the
exactly.
time to introduce yourself properly, give a little intro of who you are, what are you looking for,
Yeah. What do
or
you do? Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
what value you bring to the table. You don't know who's watching this, and there's tons of people. I see all these comments coming through. So take the time, guys. This is how you do strategy. You know, you gotta be strategic.
Yeah.
In every moment that you are turning up, showing up to, always think how you can seize that moment beyond what it should be. Right now, you guys are tuned into this. It's live. Fine, everybody's tuning in. You know, it's job search. You can ask a bunch of questions. But guess what? There's tons of people on here right now asking the same questions. You guys are on the same boat. You guys have something in common. You guys can all become friends on a common ground, which is job search, right? So take the moment to do a proper intro, introduce yourself, throw in your LinkedIn link if you want so people can easily connect with you. It's also time to connect with other people. Okay, so if you joined the earlier segment, you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, well, now you got a little preview on how to make friends. This is what networking is about.
Yeah, exactly. And Gurpreet, since you mentioned that, I just wanted to share something real quick because it's such a great point. Are you prepared, folks, for when you're in the spotlight? Whether it's on a live as a viewer, as most of you are in the audience, or even at an interview. I remember once I was at a sales conference actually, and one of the presenters called someone up from the audience and was like, "Okay, you know, what's your pitch?" And this person was not prepared to pitch. And the point the presenter was making is you always have to be prepared for that moment when you might be in this limelight, in the spotlight, or even at an interview, or even on a live stream like this. So it's extremely important, and that's something that we cover in the boot camp as well. But definitely, this is an opportunity for all of you to make friends with each other, make an impression, and really stand out.
Okay, so let's jump into job searching.
All of you questions, guys, put in the comments. We're here to answer all your questions.
So if you have questions, just type them below. I know there's a little bit delay from StreamYard to LinkedIn. We are live on 2 other platforms as well, Facebook and YouTube. So if you're tuning in from the other channels, I just want to highlight, please keep it clean and appropriate questions. Earlier, I had inappropriate questions come in from YouTube. I understand.
No way, that's still happening?
It was YouTube, yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
I will not read those comments, but I get it's YouTube, so at least it didn't come from LinkedIn. Where I did would probably be like, what's going on? So if you're tuning in from YouTube or Facebook, this is job search segment. This is not a dating segment. Don't ask us personal questions. So just let's keep it professional and neat and clean. If you have questions about job search or your career,
exactly, yeah,
just type it below in the comment section, right there in the comment section, and we will be happy to answer. Typically, everyone wants to know the job market. How is the job market? So, Dean, how is the job market?
That's a common question, right? Everybody asks. Look, folks, there's always opportunities on the job market. You just have to know where to look, right? And mostly all of you are probably going the online route, right? You're applying for jobs online, Indeed, Monster, LinkedIn, all those places, which is great, I guess. But you're only accessing like a very small portion of the opportunities out there. There's a huge chunk of opportunities out there that might not be visible. And a great example of that I can give for personal experience working in recruitment in the staffing agency. When you're in IT recruitment in the staffing agencies, you get access to a lot of jobs that the clients don't advertise publicly on websites because they don't want to, because they already partnered up with agencies and they have a recruitment partner that's finding them candidates. So that's an example of one part of the hidden job market, but it's such a huge thing, this hidden job market. And we covered this extensively in the bootcamp as well. But look, folks, don't depend on just one avenue. A lot of you are depending solely on online applications, submitting your resume, waiting for a response. But there's so many multiple channels which all of you need to explore and look into and access this other part, the 80% of the market a lot of you are not going after.
Yeah, great point, Dean. A lot of you guys are just keeping your job search strategy to 100% on the online segment. And the thing is, it's an employer's market right now. It's not a candidate's market.
Yeah.
You got to pivot with the times, right? A lot of times what's happening is you guys are comfortable doing job searching one way. which worked. Not 100%, but it worked much better when there was a candidates market, which was pre-COVID. Pre-COVID, it was candidates market. So chances of you landing an interview through the online was still higher compared to now, but it was not that high. There were still tons of applicants coming through online channel, right? But people were not struggling as much compared to now. So now it's employers market, what that means is that there's more people looking for jobs than jobs are available. That's not to say the jobs are not available. There's tons of jobs.
Yep.
July alone, almost over 1 million jobs were added in US. Over 400K jobs were added in Canada. That's still a lot of jobs to be added during COVID.
Yep.
Okay, that's still a lot of jobs, right? Where hundreds and hundreds of jobs were, people were laid off. Now, guess what? A lot of people went back to work, right? Because businesses are opening up and people are getting recalled. But there are some people also getting laid off during this time period too, because companies also pivoted. So you have to pivot. You always need to know where the market shift is happening. There's always a market shift in job search. One time it's candidates, next time it's going to be the employers. This yo-yo has been going on for centuries and years, okay?
Yeah.
It's nothing new. But the thing is, you always need to know what's happening and how to pivot. Just like COVID, companies had to pivot, you should be pivoting your job search. But nobody's pivoting. Everybody's still sitting there thinking, well, I'm just going to apply to jobs online. But that's not going to work right now. It's not working. It didn't work before. I'm not saying it didn't work, but let's do the numbers. Let's do numbers game for a second, right? When you're applying to jobs online, 500 plus applicants are applying to one job. This was pre-COVID. I'm pretty sure the numbers are much, much higher right now.
Yep.
How many people will get interviewed? Being you're a recruiter, you're dealing with high volume, probably more than companies are, because you guys, recruiters are working on volume. You have more than one job you're recruiting for. How many applicants come in through you every single day when you're recruiting, but how many people you actually interview?
Yeah, great question, Gurpreet. And look, folks, here's the reality. For any given role, we might get hundreds of applicants, but realistically, we're not gonna speak to and reach out to all of those hundreds of applicants. We might speak to anywhere between 10 to 20 candidates for each of those positions, right? And of those 10 to 20, we narrow it down to maybe 4 or 5 that we want to present to the client for each role. So look, just like Gurpreet saying, just simply applying for the roles online, your resume could very well get lost in a pile of like hundreds of resumes. And there's no guarantee that it's going to be part of the list that the recruiter is going to actually call. So this is why a lot of you are struggling with applying online, and it's not your fault that that's the situation, because it's just the way the system is set up, right? You apply for the role comes through into the ATS automatically. The recruiter does a Boolean search. Your resume either shows up within the top 10 or 20, but if not, if it's lower down the list, it's possible your resume is just going to sit on the ATS.
So now ATS, right? So when you're applying to jobs online, so actually, let me take a step back. As Dean said, he's not going to interview all the applicants that apply to the job. He's going to 10, 15, maybe 20 max, right?
Yeah.
20 being the extreme part.
Exactly, yeah.
But if in those 10 candidates, he found 8 excellent candidates, he's not talking to anybody more than that, because he got 8 excellent, right? 8 still a high number.
Yeah.
He's gonna shortlist those 8 to only present maybe 3 or 5 to the client, right? He's not gonna present all 8 to a client. That's too many candidates, right, Dean? You're not gonna present 8 clients.
No way. Yeah, 8 is. I mean, it's very rare that a client. I mean, if a client asks us for 8 candidates, that's kind of suspicious. Like we don't even take the role seriously. Like if they ask for 8, so it's usually just like you said, between 3 to 5.
Yeah. So same with me on the corporate side. When corporate HR or corporate recruiters or corporate talent acquisition, the names are interchangeable depending on how the organization is structured. But you should know these roles. Corporate recruiter means they're working in-house in the company. Talent acquisition, they're working in the company. HR, same thing. When someone's working in-house, we are still operating the same way, like recruiters and recruitment agencies. We're doing the entire legwork for the hiring department. We are not going to present 10 candidates to the hiring manager. We're going to present top 3 to 5, right? But we are doing sequence.
Yeah.
We're doing shortlisting first. So in the shortlisting, maybe I'll talk to 10. And if the 10 were not great, then yeah, I'm going to up it up to another 5, right? The goal is always to get top 8 good candidates, top 10. If I got top 10 good candidates when I'm interviewing, okay, if I shortlisted top 10 candidates by pre-screening over the phone, second round it will be to meet them in person. Right now it's COVID, so I'm going to get them on Zoom. From those 10 candidates that I got on the Zoom, my goal is to narrow it down to top 3 to 5. What's going to happen from that is now I'm going to shortlist those 10, bring it down to half or even more lower, right? And then the third round of interviews will be with the hiring team. So the hiring team may also have a sequence where they may get you to first meet with the role that's being replaced, right? So if it's so let's say it's an analyst role, maybe the interview will not be with the hiring manager itself, but it might be, and I've done this sequence as well, where the person I'm replacing, I got them to do the second round in-person interviews so they can feel the candidate and explain the role first. Okay, so got 5 for him to meet. Goal isn't to get them to meet 5. Goal is to get them to meet 3 to maybe 5, stretching it, because I got to also keep in mind these employees' time. Their time is valuable. Their time shouldn't be spent on interviewing 10, 20 candidates. They should only interview top 3 to max 5 candidates from shortlisting, right? Time is money. So I'm going to present top 3 candidates to the hiring team. And from there, they're going to shortlist it to top 2 to 1.
Yeah.
Right? And the senior person, the head of the department, will only meet 2.
Yeah.
And then that 2, 1 will get selected. No hard feelings. Hence why you always get a generic feedback. They went with another candidate because that candidate just fit better with what they were looking for. Because now I saw this post today on LinkedIn about feedback. The thing is, guys, you're never going to get feedback because companies are not sitting there looking to eliminate candidates. They're looking to see the best fit for them. So when they find that best fit, that's the focus. Like, I don't sit there and focus on eliminating candidates and then I'm making my notes and you didn't fit this. No, just looking for the fit, the energy. Are you going to mesh well with the team, the department? Can you do the job? Chances are, if you got the interview, they know you can do the job. It's about the fit, right? So keep that in mind, the sequence of the interviews. So that's online channel. Now, when Dean was saying the hidden job market, guess what? You can bypass all of us.
Yeah.
I know some recruiters don't like when we say this part. But the reality is, listen, guys, if you really want to land a job fast, the shortcut way is to go straight to the decision maker. Wow, the decision maker. Wow them.
Yeah.
You can't wow them by saying, give me your job. There's a strategy on how to wow them. So you can bypass the ATS. You can bypass me. You can bypass Dean.
Exactly, yeah.
None of us are decision makers unless we are hiring for our team. If I'm hiring for my team, I am the decision maker. Then you shouldn't be bypassing me.
Yeah.
You shouldn't bypass me. You're in recruitment and you want to work for Dean's department and he's a manager, recruitment manager, then you want to not bypass him, right? So strategy, strategic approach. is what gets people a job faster. If you want to land a job, how many people? So I want you to type one. Let me ask you a question. How many people right now in this moment who are tuned into our live would love to land a job 60 days or less, within 30 days or 60 days? Type in either 30 days or 60 days. How many people right now that tune into the segment, listening to us talk, would love to land a job in 30 days or within 60 days? Just type your answer below in the comments, and we will read your answer.
Yeah, great point. And yeah, sorry, go ahead, Gurpreet.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just wanted to clarify something that Gurpreet said. Definitely, folks, the ideal situation is when you want to get yourself, into a role at an organization, you want to go direct to the hiring manager. But I just wanted to clarify, if you're already being represented by a recruiter or a staffing agency and you're already in the interview process, then you don't want to, go around them. That's not a good practice. That's not going to end up well for you. But certainly, you want to go direct when you're at the application stage.
Great. Yeah.
So
great
some
point.
responses.
Okay, we're gonna take some questions, but first answer my questions. How many people are tuned into the segment would love to land a job in 30 days or 60 days or within 60 days? Just type your type your answer below so we know what your goal are. So let's open up. I'm gonna start going through all the comments that are coming in. Okay. So Balraj, Brampton. Okay.
All right, B-Town is in the house.
I'm from B-Town.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Jadi. I hope I'm
Jadi. Yeah, Jadi.
Toronto. Milton's in the house.
Milton.
Mississauga. Sudbury. Wow. India. I'm not sure
Mangalore.
how I can be, or me or Dean, but welcome, India. Vancouver, Ottawa.
Here's some information about Ottawa.
I don't know why Bixie's talking. That was
Alexa?
No, Bixie. So I got a
Bixie.
phone.
Okay. Okay.
And upgraded my phone, and yeah, I need to figure out how to. I don't know. Usually it's like, hey Bixie, but I think I changed some settings.
Oh,
and
okay.
now I think it's just
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hello, Gurpreet, please. How much is the boot camp for IT professionals? Guys, I've dropped the link in the comments so you can click and read it, and you can read all the details. Everything is available on the website. That's where the link is. I just dropped it in the comment section. Hi, Dean and Gurpreet. Can you please give a glimpse of the So the program is 5 weeks. The bootcamp program, both the IT bootcamp program and non-IT bootcamp program, they're both same program, just fine-tuned. IT one is more specific to IT, the other ones are non-IT. But let me walk you through. There's 10 live classes. So for the IT program, the classes will be, it's a day batch only because it's a second batch that we added for this month. The other one already started, and then we're in 4th class we just completed.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I think it was the 4th.
Yeah, yesterday we completed the 4th class. So the IT bootcamp classes will be Friday and Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And the non-IT bootcamp is starting August 22nd, which is a Saturday. The class will be at Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. On Wednesday, you have an option. So I split the group to smaller batch, and you have an option between either attending Wednesday 10 a.m. class, or you can attend the class at 7:30. Because people that take the bootcamp program, 50% of people who take the program are also individuals that are currently working and employed, and they're ready to make a move. So the program isn't just for people that don't have a job. It's also for people who are ready to make a move. 10 live classes. Each class, there's a structure for each class. So we're starting with define your target, teaching you 12 steps on how to write a resume. We teach you how to do company research and how to identify companies' pain points, how to leverage the pain point in job search. We also have a sales coach, Ari, who teaches the third class. He teaches sales techniques and how to develop a job search strategy, which is developed based on sales funnel. And he also teaches you how to sell yourself, because without selling yourself, you can't get the job, and not to mention grow your career successfully, right? All the strategies, by the way, that we teach in the program are for lifetime. They're not just land a job, a quick fix solution, and see ya, come back to us when you're looking for another job. No, no, no. Our goal in this program is to set your career up for success for life. All the strategies we're teaching you are actually long-term. So that's class 4. That's class 3. Class 4, 5, 6, we solely focus on hidden job market. So that's starting with developing your personal brand. Actually, in the IT one, Dean talks about how to work with recruitment agencies, because I know a lot of IT jobs do come through recruitment agencies because contract work. So that
Absolutely
is there. So Dean talks about that, and then we go into personal branding. The next, so that's class 4, 5, 6. So that's class 4. Class 5, we talk about other strategies for tapping into hidden job market. We talk about LinkedIn profile, how to create a SEO friendly LinkedIn profile. We talk about we talk about 10, almost 10 different strategies, but it's broken up into the class 4 to 6. Class 7, 8, and 9, we focus on mock interviews. And this is where the IT one gets a little bit unique, because Dean will conduct the technical rounds and do technical rounds. Me being an HR person, I'll do the more on the HR side. So those are the 3 classes. And then the non-IT, you don't get the technical because you don't need it, but I'm still pretty good in doing the non-technical rounds as well. And then the last class, class 10, we talk about how to negotiate salary, your job counter offer, and then we do another round of quick mini mock interviews if people are still going on interviews. But the goal for those the goal is to land a job by the end of the program. People usually do, if that is your goal, but that requires sleep, breathe, eat that program. There's a Facebook group, private Facebook group just designed for this program. All your homework from your resume, cover letters, the work that Ari assigns, your LinkedIn profiles, your pitch decks, your marketing material, every single thing is reviewed by myself and Dean and Ari, who's a sales coach, and Khatija is also going to be a coach in this program for LinkedIn writing content. She's going to review that. So all the work is reviewed by us in the private Facebook group. We also post jobs from a network in the private Facebook group. That's another way to access the hidden job market. Plus, there's a Google Docs with worksheets, templates. The entire program, if I had to sum it up, everything is done for you. You just have to execute. No, you don't have to figure out any strategies, because we're telling you exactly what to do. We got the strategies down pat. And I can tell you with 200% confidence, and this is all the confidence comes because I've been running this program for over a year. Everything that you're going to learn in this program is nothing you can Google. There's no cookie cutter solutions. We're not providing cookie cutter solution. And the biggest thing you're going to take away from this program is you're setting your career up for success for life. Yes, it's a one-time investment, but that one-time investment is going to yield ROI, return on your investment, for life. Yes, for life. The program pays for itself when you land a job within 60 days. 100% I can guarantee you. So everybody wants a guarantee. Here's what I guarantee. You can land a job by the end of this program, but that requires your commitment. We are committed to your success 200%, but are you going to bring the same commitment? The one thing I ask individuals, hence why we don't work with mass groups, we only work with 10. It's about quality, and we are committed. We're committed to every single person that comes into our program, and hence we don't take on 30, 40, 60 people, because we are also working, running our businesses. There's no way we can commit to that mass amount of people. But yes, we commit to the 10 that take our program. We focus on quality, and we give personal attention to each single person that comes into this program. 5 weeks, you have unlimited support from us. After the 5 weeks are done, you still have ongoing support from us for 11 more months. That's a whole year of support from us. So we don't just drop you after the program. So that, in a nutshell, is the program. In a nutshell. Okay.
And also just to highlight, folks, in the 5 weeks, it's live coaching. It's not pre-recorded coaching. This is live coaching. You're gonna get Gurpreet live. You're gonna get myself live if you're in the IT bootcamp group, and it's just tons of value. Such great value.
Also, forgot to mention, in each class you have homework. We assign you work to do, which is execution. You will at each class, we're going to tell you exactly what you need to do when you leave the class, what work to do, what needs to be completed. The entire program is about execution. It's hands-on program, execution. You cannot get results if you don't execute. And this is why a lot of people struggle with job search or anything in life, is if you can acquire any knowledge, you can learn anything, but if you don't execute, you will not get the results. Hello from Calgary. Okay, so let's take on some questions. Okay, this guy's just introducing himself. He is also introducing himself. Hi, I'm Rahul Sharma, a recent information graduate from Seneca College with prior experience in, okay, I'm looking for, okay, sorry, from India.
Awesome.
Atlanta, Georgia, US.
ATL's in the house. All right.
Kitchener, I'm looking out for a job. Well, I'm looking out for jobs related to supply chain management. Will bootcamp help me land on my dream job? Please answer. Yes, I've actually just finished a batch and somebody is in supply chain as well. Yes, this bootcamp will help any career professional as long as you live in Canada and US. I've worked in US. I've helped companies get hiring. I've helped US companies with their hiring HR needs. So I understand the market. Me personally, I can only speak for myself. I don't know any other market other than Canada, US. Dean, you?
Same here, Gurpreet. Like I can't talk about markets I'm not familiar with. So definitely myself, Canada and the US.
So yes, if you are in Canada and US, you are a career professional. Yes, it doesn't matter your background. This program actually works for all industries. If you IT, yes, we created a specific one for you with me and Dean collaboration. If you're non-IT, yes, I've hired every single type of role: engineers, non-engineers, sales, HR, marketing, branding, logistics, shippers, receivers, manufacturing, all positions from all the way to the general labor to all the way to senior level. I've done hiring for 14 plus years in every industry probably possible. Okay, even IT recruitment I've done. So yes, bootcamp will help. 30 days, great. So Joseph, Raja, and Sumit Paul, you guys are saying 30 days. So my question now to you three, until I go further down, 30 days, Vinay, Rahul, 30 days. Okay, so all you guys that are saying you want to land a job in 30 days, tell us your job search strategy. How are you going to make that happen?
Are you in beast mode as well?
Yeah, you got to be in beast mode.
Yeah.
I have a question. Sure, Rahul, please type in your question. Thank you for the info. Can you list some non-IT job types, asking on behalf of my wife who is watching this session with me? Rajesh,
that is huge.
Yeah, that's huge.
So much.
I did do the post today, this morning, but I've hired for everything, guys, from accounting, customer service, sales, marketing, HR, learning and development, operation managers, directors level, IT, engineers, quality insurance, project managers, even in construction, in IT, you name it. I can tell you I've done the hiring. And the beauty, when I started my consulting, then I've worked with so many different industries. So hiring is hiring. Okay, as you said, we should go directly talk to the IT manager at a hiring company, not go through the recruiting process. That's not what we said. Let me rephrase. We said, yeah, cut us out and you can go straight to decision making individual, but you're still gonna have to go through a hiring process. But what you did is what you want to do is when you go straight to the decision maker, there's a strategy. You can't go to the decision maker and say, here's my resume and here's my cover letter. They don't care. There's a strategy what we teach in our program. I had an individual, so Ari, the sales coach, taught this strategy in the boot camp. And one of the individuals, my July batch just finished. One of the individuals actually applied the strategy taught by Ari. She did a not cold call, but cold email reach to one of the companies she really wanted to work for, and she reached out to potential hiring manager by this email she wrote. And again, there's strategy behind this email. This is not a generic email at all. So it's a strategy taught by Ari and myself. This person wrote the email. She got the hiring manager's response back, jumped on a call. They end up just a conversation. Conversation went great. They end up interviewing her, I think, a couple of rounds of interviews, and they offered her position. And they because it's a Fortune 500 company, they have all the processes they need to go through. They told her they're going to hire her, but yet they have to go through the HR channel. But they told her don't look for another job. But she didn't have an offer yet. But they told her continue looking for a job. But they told her they didn't interview not even one single soul for this role because they didn't even post it, so they can't interview. They didn't give her a runaround. They really liked her. They wanted her. They knew what they wanted. She was it. They're hiring her. So that's how she landed the job. Bypassed everything.
Yeah.
Went straight to the decision maker. And guess what? Didn't even interview anybody else because the job wasn't posted. That's another way to tap into the hidden job market. So should we look for a recruiter to get our foot into IT position or contact directly the IT manager at the hiring company? Rahul, okay. Dean, I'm gonna let you answer this question.
Yeah, sure. So Rahul, what we're basically saying is that the first and foremost, definitely if you can get in direct contact with the hiring manager, definitely go for it. But if not, if you're already being represented by a recruiter, Rahul, then it would not be a good move for you to, after you get the recruiter to submit your resume, then you bypass the recruiter, go directly to the hiring manager. That is bad practice, folks. That's not what we're advocating for here. That is highly unethical, right? And it's going to get you blacklisted with the agency, which you don't want to do because it's very good to have good relationships with the agencies that can potentially help you in the future. So what we're saying, Rahul, is that ideally you want to, not go through the agency. You want to go direct to the hiring manager. But if you're going through an agency with a recruitment company or a recruiter, if you're in the process, they presented you for the role, then you need to stick to that process. But at the same time, you need to handle that relationship in the proper manner, which, by the way, is what we're definitely covering that in the boot camp as well. But if you're going direct, then there's a different strategy for that. So these are two different strategies. It's not just kind of a one thing we're talking about here, but it's important to understand that distinction. Don't ruin your relationship with the agency if you're already being represented by an agency and you're being presented. But if you're taking the direct route, there's a way of handling that relationship and that conversation as well.
So, same question for another question for Rahul. If we don't require to contact the recruit, I think he meant recruiting, to find job, then why we should go through this boot camp? Can we not contact the IT manager at the hiring company directly? Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure you can do that.
Do you know how to contact the hiring manager? Do you know what to say? Our boot camp. So Rahul, I don't think you've been listening to what we're saying. Our boot camp isn't about recruiting. Our boot camp program isn't about ATS or apply to jobs online. We're teaching people how to access the hidden job market, which is 80 to 90% where all actual jobs exist. 10 to 20% of jobs are actually what are visible, which is what you guys all chase, is the online job. But hey, go for it. Go reach out to the hiring manager directly and let us know how it goes.
Yeah,
And
for
if it
sure.
goes
If you can do it, yeah.
successful, good, great. If it doesn't, then come talk to us, because there's a strategy. There's a strategy involved to when if you're gonna reach out to hiring managers, you have to know how to reach out to them. Simply saying I'm looking for a job and just copy and pasting your generic cover letter and then attaching your resume, be it through LinkedIn or email, is not going to get you a call with the hiring manager. There's a strategy. Hiring managers are busy, super busy individuals. They're not hired to recruit people. They're hired to do a job that is their expertise in, right?
Yeah.
So how would you get their attention? How would you get them on the phone? How would you get them to call you? If you know how to do that, go for it. If you don't, then that's one of the strategies. Rahul, again, one strategy out of 20 plus strategies that we teach in the program.
Yeah, folks, there's no one magic bullet. We're teaching all the magic bullets, not
Yeah.
just one.
There's not one magic pill to job search, guys. What we teach is 80-20 rule. 80% of your job focus should be in the hidden job market. 20% of your focus and all your efforts in job search should be online. And we tackle all 80-20. We teach you all the methods for 80. We teach you all the methods for 20. But it's all collective. We're not just teaching you one strategy to access the hidden job market. We're teaching you like 10, 20, 30 strategies on how to access the hidden job market. And one of the biggest ways to tap into hidden job market is LinkedIn. And that's not just having a profile on LinkedIn. Having a profile on LinkedIn is not going to get you anywhere. How to construct a SEO friendly LinkedIn will help. How to build your personal brand on LinkedIn is going to help. Question. One more question. What is the bootcamp success rate? 100%. Actually, let me bring it down a notch. When I say 100%, that is what my clients say. So success rate depends on what you define success as. My clients define success in learning something they didn't know before. All my clients have taken the bootcamp has always said 100% success rate because they learned how to build their brand, which is something they're still doing. They're still doing even after a year later or 6 months later or 8 months later. All my boot campers are still building their personal brands. Some have even hopped to second job opportunities, didn't have to do any job searching. The opportunity came to them their way. They learned to pivot the job search. They learned to stop thinking like a job seeker. The biggest thing that people coming into this program is transformation. That's the biggest shift that happens. You get transformed. Your thinking process changes. You start thinking like a hiring manager, and you start thinking like an entrepreneur, a business person. Your business is your career. So that is success to my clients that have come into this program, and hence they all say 100% success rate. Now, if your success depends on you landing a job, then let me tell you a real black and white answer is your success in landing a job, Raja, would depend on you and anybody else that's listening to this. 100% of your success of landing a job is solely dependent on you, meaning you have to do the work. You have to execute it. We are here to tell you what to do and how to do it, and we even created all these templates to help you make your life easier. But if you don't do the work, this is fast-paced bootcamp. It was actually designed to help people land jobs in 30 days, and I haven't changed the format. Just changed the name to Land Your Dream Job. You can still land a job in 30 days. But here, let me paint a real clear image. All those people that answered, there was like, I think 5-6 of you that said they wanted to land a job in 30 days. So to land a job in 30 days, that requires you to be beast mode. We call it beast mode. And what that means is you have to sleep, breathe, eat the bootcamp program for 5 weeks. That's it. Temporary, 5 weeks. That means everything else in your life takes a backseat. That means no going out. I'm not saying you can't go out with friends, but means that you have to put in the work 100%, or actually more than 100%. You have to be aggressive. You have to do the work. You have to be on top of things. You will not land a job in 30 days if you don't do what we tell you to do and you keep telling us excuses. Oh, I didn't have time to do this. Because everything we teach in this program is going to make you 100% uncomfortable because you don't know how to do this stuff, because you only know how to do jobs such one way. And that is, let's sit behind a computer and apply to jobs. You actually don't even know how to write a resume. You know how to write a resume in the sense that let me just get a template from Google. But we don't teach templates. We teach you actually how to write a resume from scratch. So that whole process is going to be uncomfortable. So the success, I'm being very black and white. I have helped people land jobs in 30 days. But those individuals that landed jobs in 30 days, they slept, breathe, eat this bootcamp for 5 weeks. It's just a temporary adjustment for 5 weeks. So it all comes down to how badly do you want to land a job in 30 days. If you tell me, I'm going to sleep, breathe, eat this program, trust me, I can get both of us, me and Dean, if you're IT, we can get you a job in 30 days. Actually, I prefer to work with people that are aggressive. I don't want to work with people that are going to come into the program that make excuses of why the work's not being done. That's why we only work with 10 people. And trust me, if you are beast mode and you are willing to sleep, breathe, eat this program for 5 weeks and make a temporary adjustment in your life to make this program number one in your life, just for 5 weeks, it's just a 5 temporary adjustment. But some can't make it, which is fine. Everybody makes choices. It's your choice. So you want to land a job in 30 days? Yeah, very, very successful, high rate. It's very possible. This was actually, as I said, this program was designed to help people land jobs in 30 days, and it literally was, but it requires your time, your commitment. Please, what percentage of your students get a job within 60 days? I think I already answered that question. I would say 100% because none of my students have went beyond 60 days and they didn't get a job. Some people land jobs in 45 days. Some people have landed jobs within 60 days. So I would say 100%. As you said, we should go directly talk to the IT manager hiring company, not go through the recruiting process. Oh, we already answered this question. If we don't require to contact recruiting, we already answered this question. Okay. Vanita, hey Gurpreet, question for you. I have applied for a Scrum Master position with MNC over a month back directly and haven't heard back. I see the same position still open on LinkedIn and recruitment consultants. What could be the reason? Actually, this is a Dean question.
Dean question, I like that.
Yeah, it's not a Griffin question because it's about recruitment consultant. So I'll let Dean answer that.
Got it. So Vanita, so firstly, thanks for your question. So in your case, a few things come to mind, right? Firstly, if it's been over a month and they haven't gotten back to you, at this point, you gotta, I would suggest you move on to another opportunity or something else. It could very well be that your resume didn't capture their attention. It looks like you're at the application stage. So it could be simply, Vanita, that your resume got lost in a pile of like hundreds and hundreds of resumes. Again, keep in mind, given the current situation with COVID, much higher level of available talent and much higher level of people applying for positions. So your resume basically didn't, get into the recruiter's line of sight, and they didn't feel compelled to give you a call. So my suggestion is either move on. And just the fact that you're still, looking into this opportunity after a month, what that tells me, Vanita, is you might not have enough opportunities maybe that you're considering in your pipeline. So again, I would suggest, if you feel compelled, you can definitely follow up with your whoever your point of contact was. But I don't think you've really had a point of contact. So my suggestion, move on, Vanita, look on for other opportunities. If you're really interested in this opportunity, try and identify a decision maker and go direct. Try and getting direct communication with them or capture their attention and engage with them. But other than that, my suggestion: move on. It could be that simply that there's just so many applications and yours didn't capture their attention.
I was okay. So that was Dean's response. Mine is a little bit, tad bit different. I was gonna say move on, but I would say, I don't know how your LinkedIn profile looks like, right? I don't know what your resume looks like. If you're gonna reapply for a position, I wouldn't say apply through LinkedIn. I would say fix your LinkedIn profile. I have no clue what your LinkedIn profile looks like, but rework your LinkedIn profile and reposition yourself. First of all, let me ask you a question, Vinita. First of all, how confident are you that you meet all the requirements of the job? Right? Ask yourself, I need more details, right? Do you match 100% of this job? Can you 100% do this job? And if your answer is yes, then it's the positioning. It's your positioning that's not coming across that you are 100% matching this job, 100% you can do this job, right? So that means you need to rewrite your LinkedIn profile. You need to rewrite your resume so that that message is getting across that you are the 100% candidate for this job. You have all the requirements, 100% of the requirements, and you can 100% do this job. Then you can go and I would say don't even apply on LinkedIn, just go straight to the recruiter. I'm pretty sure you can find out who the recruiter is. But again, you got to ask yourself, can you 100% do the job and do you have the requirements? Because I'll tell you one thing with recruiters, and when I'm helping my IT recruitment partner, so I have a partner company that just solely does recruitment in IT. They will not look at candidates that don't match 100% of the requirements because it's client driven. You gotta understand something about recruitment agencies. They are being paid to find what the client's looking for. If I'm a client and I hired a recruitment agency, I'm also keeping it real and saying, I need X, Y, and Z, right? So recruitment agency is not going to deviate away with what I'm saying I need 100%. And this is where candidates fall short on is you think that you are entitled to a job. And even if you're short of a couple of skills that are required, you think it's okay because you feel you're entitled to a job. And I see all these people's posts on LinkedIn, well, how would I get experience if I don't get a job? Whole company hires me, then how am I going to get experience? Like all these posts are always posted. Guess what, guys? Companies are a business. They're a business.
Not a charity, yeah.
Yeah, I know I'm HR, and then sometimes when I talk on this, and people are like, "Well, you're HR. How can you be an HR person and say this thing?" I'm a business person first. Second is HR, but still, a smart HR person will tell you the same thing. It's business. Company is not a charity. Company is not handing out charity. Company is willing to pay for a set skill. Why should they not get it? If I'm willing to pay 100K to get a Scrum Master with X, Y, and Z, that's what I want and that's what I'm paying for. Business. If you are going to go buy a $30,000 or $50,000 car, let me ask you something. Cars. Benz, BMWs or a Mercedes-Benz or these are luxury cars, right? They cost 50, 60K, 100K, depending on what model you get, right? Now, if you want a Benz, would you go buy Honda Civic? If you want Benz and you're willing to pay for it, 80K, 50K, 60K, 100K, Benz or Range Rover. Is it Range Rover or Land Rover? Range Rover.
There's both, I think.
Yeah,
Well,
it's expensive one. The Range Rover is expensive.
I think the Range Rover is
it's
expensive.
almost like 100K.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, if you're willing to pay 100K for a Range Rover, would you go buy, I don't know, another SUV? I don't think so. I think you'll be going with what you're willing to pay for, right? Um, okay, let's kick it up. Let's bring it down to a little bit of reality and just go with TV. Actually, let me just go with the phone. If you're willing to pay for an iPhone, and now phones are getting even more ridiculously expensive, right?
Yeah.
I paid. I got it on sale, so I waited for the price to watch it. But the phone I bought was Ultra. Originally, it was all 1800 something. I didn't buy it right away, so I waited, and then I eventually got it for 1300. But I was willing to pay even 1800 to get it because I did my homework, did my research in this best fit what I'm doing, videos and all that stuff, right? So I was willing to pay for it. I wasn't looking at any other phone. I didn't look at iPhone. I didn't look at Note. I didn't look at Note Plus, which was cheaper. No, because I was willing to pay for it. Now, look at your phones, the ones you have. I know tons of people that have even the latest iPhones and all the latest gadgets. You were willing to pay for it, and hence you got it, right? You didn't entertain the cheaper phones. You entertained the one you were willing to pay for. Same thing. Companies are willing to pay for it. So keep that in mind. Companies not handing out charity. What you need to do is reshift your thinking from don't think like a job seeker. You want to get ahead of it in your career, then stop thinking like a job seeker. It's not going to get you anywhere. You got to think like a business person, like an entrepreneur, and ask yourself, what can you deliver? What value do you bring to the table? It's not experience. It's not your skills. It's the results. What can you do for the company? What results can you get? What problems can you solve? How can you make their life easier? How can you get them to achieve their goals, their business goals? Where do you fit into this piece? That's what's going to get you the job. Okay, you're welcome. So more questions. Okay. Rahul. Anybody else has questions other than Rahul?
Yeah, feel free to put it in the comments.
Thank you very much. I will for sure think to join the bootcamp. Where can I find more information? Rahul, I've been dropping the link, so just so it's not a question. So thank you, Rahul. But you can find the link in the comment. Wonderful. Thank you, guys, for answering my question. You're welcome. Hi, Ravi. Okay, guys, if you have questions, please type it below in the comment. We will be on. Oh, it's almost 9:40. 5 more minutes. Okay, we'll stick around for 5 more minutes,
5 more minutes, yeah.
to answer any questions that anybody has. You want to join the bootcamp program? Here's the link to the bootcamp program. We only have a couple of spots left, so sign up. First come, first serve. So let's do this. If you have questions, we're here to answer. Just 5 more minutes. We will stick around for 5 more minutes. I know there's a little bit of delay from StreamYard. Any ending remarks while we're waiting for comments to come in?
Yeah, I really like the analogy you used, right, about like BMWs and Land Rovers and stuff like that. Because look, folks, no organization is hiring for fun. Like they actually think about it. They're setting aside a larger amount of money, right? If your salary is like 100K, 110K, they're setting that aside in order to hire someone to solve a problem and get some kind of a return on investment. And going back to Gurpreet's example, like if let's say if you're dropping 100 grand on a BMW, you're looking for a BMW. You're not gonna drop 100 grand for a like 92 Honda Accord, right? Because you want exactly the kind of value you're looking for. So same thing. How are you presenting yourself? Are you presenting yourself as someone of value, as someone who can solve a problem, as someone who can help the organization out with whatever it is they're looking to solve? So it's such a key thing for all of you to understand.
Yeah, we're going.
What are you bringing to the table? What value are you doing? And what problems are you solving?
Yeah, also, let me go back. When I was talking about the phone, now all those people that think our program's expensive, if you've dished out thousands of dollars on your phone,
Yeah.
program's not expensive. It's an investment. It's an investment that yields return. 200% of your return, right? Well, how many programs out there? First, I'm not trying to sound cocky or anything like that, but I'm just keeping it real. 100% I guarantee there's no program in the market like this. I haven't seen it. If you can prove me wrong, then by all means. There is no program in the market that actually teaches live classes with real coaches, with real strategies on how to land a job. You know, my program beats even the big corporate organizations that specializes in these things. And I can highly, you know why I'm confident saying this? Because I've had people come to me, take my bootcamp when all those big corporations failed them. Meaning, like, sometimes companies will hire, when they're terminating you, they'll hire third party career coaching companies, training and development companies to help transition and get their terminated employees with their resumes and get them a job. Even just yesterday, someone reached out to me whose company paid for this big company to help them transition into finding a new job. It's been 5 months and this person's still out of a job. And he said to me, I'm already getting the help from these guys, so programs sound similar to them. I'm like, oh no, my program is not similar to them because you've been out of a job for 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
If my program was similar to them, you wouldn't be out of a job still. You'd be in the job within 60 days, right? So no, that's why I know people who've hired bigger companies, saw no success, then they came and took the boot camp, and within 30 to 60 days they were in the program. I have had people paid $2,000 to even $3,000 to get their resumes and their LinkedIn profiles done, and
That's crazy.
they didn't even look like they paid that much. The resumes didn't look up to par. The LinkedIn definitely didn't. It was so generically written. I felt so bad for these individuals, but they took the boot camp, and within 60 days, they saw a return. Okay, within 60 days. So again, I'm being very transparent. Your results do 100% depend on you. And I can confidently say there is no program, even people who have taken this bootcamp program has said there's no program on the market that is comparable to what I teach and how I designed it. The program isn't designed from cookie cutter solutions that you can get from online. These are practical strategies that I've learned as an entrepreneur that I've mixed into this program. Also, being on the other side of the table from you, 14 plus years, I'm on the other side of the table from you when you go to interviews, when you're applying to jobs. Who's interviewing you? HR first. I'm on the other side of the table from you. I know exactly every single thing you're doing wrong. Hence, I'm bringing that to the table. Dean, same thing. That's what he's bringing. His IT recruitment experience, plus working with hundreds of plus organizations looking for IT professionals. RE sales coach with almost 15 plus years of sales experience. You need to sell. You need to sell in order to get a job, but also to grow your career successfully, you need to learn to sell in the job as well. It isn't just about getting the job. It's also to be successful in the job you do land, right? So selling is part of it. Building your brand. Building the brand isn't just about landing a job. Definitely will help you land a job, but it's also building your career, getting podcasts, guest speaker spots, being a guest speaker panel at leading industry events, being a guest panel at any event. So think big here. So that's our goal in this program. We think big, we deliver value, and you will be transformed. You will never be the same person you walked in when you leave the program. And that is success. That's why it's 100% success rate, because you will never leave the same. On that note, we will end the session. So everybody's saying thank you. Thank you.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. Hope we were able to answer all your questions, and some really great questions.
We will be back tomorrow. I'm planning sorry guys, a little bit itchy with the allergy season. I'm planning a special segment for tomorrow. I'm planning to teach how to land a job during COVID. Tune in. I haven't decided on the time, but definitely will be tomorrow, probably in the evening. So tune in. If you need any help, if there's other questions you have, feel free to reach out to Dean on LinkedIn or myself on LinkedIn. Happy to answer any questions. And we will see you guys tomorrow or hopefully in our bootcamp program. All right. Thank you.
See you guys. Stay
Bye.
positive.